Good evening, everybody. I'm Pierre Robert, the Daily Trader. It is February 14, and we are going to take a look at Tesla stock from a technical analysis perspective. My goal in doing these videos is to help you understand how you can use technical analysis to make better trading and investing decisions. But I'm not a financial advisor, so please do your own research and make your own decisions. Tesla is up today $14.61, 7.51%. Closed at 209.25. Post market, we seem to be up by 94 cents. So let's look at what we have here on the chart. So after 3 days of not so very good candles, we still had stochastic over 60. So on the daily chart, we were still bullish. Now we are rebounding quite fast on the daily chart. So look at this candle here. Big green candle. So the low of the day was at 189 and the high was at 209, and we finished just a little bit lower than the high, and we broke back 198.12 and 205.16. So we are pretty much back where we were on February 9th. So this resistance at 198, 205 was quite strong because we closed above it and then we could not maintain it. And now we are back above it again. So let's see if we can stay above 205.16. Let's look at the 1 hour chart to understand how this all came about today. So we were under 196.45. This is where we were pretty much yesterday. No stochastic over 60. Then we had during the first hour of the day, this big green candle, super strong, super strong. This did not give us stochastic over 60 yet. One candle does not make a trend. You can always buy if you want to after each green candle that you see, but then it's dangerous a little bit, because you could have bought after this one, but then it came back down. You could have bought after this one, then it did not do much. But if you combine a good stochastic with a break of resistance, then this is giving us an indication of a longer movement. So this is what we are after. So after the first hour, we did not get stochastic over 60. We could have easily come back down. Second hour, this was basically a sideways candle, no stochastic over 60. Third hour, nothing, also at 52. Then fourth hour, another big impulse move, and this big impulse move got us stochastic over 60, got us over a horizontal resistance. So that was the entry point on the 1 hour chart. And then after that candle, you could have entered at 203 approximately. And then right now it's at 219. So nice move back. Stochastic is back at 97. MACD crossed over bullish. So everything is now back on the 1 hour chart. In terms of indicators, everything's bullish. Let's go back to the daily chart. So on the daily chart, let's see where this is taking us in terms of the channels. The channels are very important. The channels are important when you are into a movement. And of course, when you are sideways, it's the horizontal resistance that are a little bit more important. Right now, let's look at the channels. So we are still outside of our main channel here. So the main channel, which is the main impulse move, we were a little bit faster here. We got outside of that one and then inside of the first one. But now we are even outside of the first bullish channel again. So it's possible that we get a little bit of zigzagness here. You should be careful. If you are still in Tesla, it's fine. You have all of the great indicators. But it's possible that we have a little bit of a congestion zone that could be forming. After this great impulse here, there could be a period of instability. So just keep that in mind. After a nice move, we oftentimes have a period where we don't really know what is going on. We need to see another pattern. And we only have 3 candles outside of this big impulse move. So it's not clear yet if we are going to have a congestion zone. Are we going to have a different type of pattern? Are we going to have ascending triangle, descending triangle, blah, blah, blah? Or is Tesla going to just continue? Nobody knows what is going to happen, but let's just be careful here. In terms of indicators, stochastic at 94, super high, MACD super great, RSI back into the overbought zone. That's pretty impressive again. And the MI is great. Let's look at the VIX a little bit to understand how this played out. So the VIX played a good part. The VIX came down like crazy. So we are down 1.41 for the VIX. That's 6.94%. So this is interesting. VIX came down by 7% and Tesla is up by 7.5%. So big move down on the VIX. The CPI data came out this morning at 8:30. What was expected was an inflation of 6.2 versus 6.5 last time, but we got a CPI of 6.4. So initially when I saw that, I thought that maybe this would not be a good news because it was not as expected. It was a little bit worse than expected. But the market is the market, and Tesla is also a special beast on its own. Tesla is just reacting like crazy, 7.5%, whereas Dow Jones, S&P, and NASDAQ are not doing as well. On top of it, let me come back to Tesla. We have Barclay that has initiated coverage on the EV stock with an overweight rating and a price target of 275. So maybe this is what is enticing people to just get into Tesla. And in terms of negative aspects, there is talk that some of Tesla's factories want to unionize. So I would have thought that this news could have made the stock drop. But this is why we do technical analysis here, because if we start chasing every piece of news and try to understand, okay, this piece of news is positive for a Tesla, this one is negative for a Tesla, but as a whole, what is going to happen with the stock based on all of these positive and negative news? This is just impossible to understand the impact of those pieces of news on the stock. It's just way better to look at the patterns that we see, because the patterns that we are seeing are just patterns of behaviors of people. This is what we are analyzing when we are doing our trend lines and resistance lines. So let's look at Dow Jones. So Dow Jones basically going sideways. Yes, it's lower than where it was yesterday. So 0.46% less, but basically it's a sideways day. Nothing good, nothing bad. Stochastic is still at 82. It's pretty decent. S&P 500 still under its very small bullish downtrend. We tried to break outside of it today, but came back in, but still quite bullish with a good stochastic like this. And NASDAQ still waiting to break its downward resistance. The stock market is doing pretty good. VIX has just dropped a lot after having climbed during the past couple of days. I think there's a decent case for Tesla continuing up to this downward resistance right here. So depending on the velocity of it, we could be talking at the worst 234 right here if we come back into this slower bullish channel. If we come back into this faster bullish channel, then we could be seeing 250 quite soon actually. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.